stacked stone fireplace with LED lights. See how it's done, start to finish. Okay, so working on a fireplace here for an old client that I've done a bunch of different tile work for. I did a bathroom for him and also a kitchen backsplash. But back here doing this very complicated fireplace, or it's a gas insert actually. So let me show you what's going on. So we got this stacked stone that we're going to be installing all up and down this fireplace here. We're going to be wrapping the corners. He's going to have a large porcelain panel tile on top of this counter, and there's going to be another cabinet here. He's got all this lighting underneath. We have an access panel under here for the gas, but like the gas. So this is all ready to go over here. So we just got to put the cabinet back. He already got the cabinet back on here. We have stone underneath as well. I don't know if you can see that. We have the stone under there. So that's all set to go. And I got the bottom row down over here. So now up here in these niches, we're going to have the same porcelain panel tile going up and down the sides, the bottom and the top, and the stacked stone is going to go in the back of the niche. And the stacked stone is also going to wrap around over here. We have to get this tile on the cabinets before we can wrap this around here. And then we're going to also have little pieces of stone wrapped around these corners and going all the way around this gas insert. So, okay, so this is a piece, we've got a piece of marble here to add in a piece over here. So we polish this edge here, right here, and then we're going to add a piece underneath. I didn't think mitering this was going to work very well, so we got this one cut here, and then we're going to cut this one here, and then we're going to put the piece underneath here. So let's get to doing that. Okay, so we're going to polish this edge here, and we're just got an angle grinder and dry polishing pads. You can also use these wet. We're going to polish this edge here, and you go through 80. It goes 80, 120, 240, 320, blah, blah, up to 600. So we're going to go one at a time to give this a nice, good shine on this edge here. So let me get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 80, and I'm just going to get all the saw marks off, and this edge is very rough, so I'm just going to smooth that edge out, and I'm going to polish this edge here. So let's get going. So this is marble, so you should probably wear a mask so that you don't breathe the silica. So anyway, let me get back here. So now, even with just the 80, this edge is nice and cleaned up and it's very smooth. It's not polished, but it's smooth. So now we're going to go to the 120. You can use these wet if you want to reduce the dust. Okay, so no point doing the same thing over and over. So I got the 80, got the 120, I'm gonna go all the way through 600, and then we'll show you the result. Okay, so that edge is polished. It's hard to see in the camera, but that is a polished edge. Now we're gonna cut it. Okay, so we're gonna measure this and cut it. I'm actually going to measure it. I'm going to draw a line, and then I'm going to check the blade hits on both ends of the line, and then cut it. So we change 18. Okay, so got that one cut, and we got this one cut. We'll cut this one now. Okay, so we cut this piece here. It goes in here, and then we're just going to butt that tight, like that, and this line will practically disappear. And we have to do what we got to do. We're going to be cutting this side as well, and then we're going to cement it in. Okay, so I'll get these pieces on right now. We've got a pretty aggressive trowel here. I think that's actually more than a ½ inch deep, but that's what we're going to use. I'm going to put this, it's not going to move right. Put this here, and I need the back part of this. This is marble, so it will scratch very easily. So I'll put down some paper here to protect it. Also, you always use white thin set with marble. Even if it's a dark colored marble, you use white thin set. Trowel over here. I'm just going to back butter this one. I'm going all the same way. You always go straight line. Hold that trowel at a consistent angle. You want to go the short way whenever possible. Grabo here makes life a whole lot easier. I'm trying to collapse the reaches so it gets full coverage. There's no pulling this up now. So on this I'm going to give it a back butter. I'm also going to leave some thin set on there, because when you press these down, they tend to go below the surface. So a little extra thin set's going to help keep it level. So, see for a sec. It's straight. It's the polished edge. See, if I push that down with my fingers, it's not going to go straight. So I'm just holding this flat on here, so that when I push it on here, I'm just pushing, keeping it in plane. I think that's it. So doing the same thing here. I'm not coming all the way to the edge because we're going to have a piece of stone on the bottom of that. So That's good. I'll take it up. That's better. Okay, so as good as we're gonna get. Okay, so we got both tops on. Now I am going to cut this piece that goes under here, and we're gonna put it, because this is more than 48 inches, we are going to put a seam in the middle, and that's the only thing we can do. So I'm going to go cut these, and then we're going to stick them on. Okay, so we cut these two pieces that go under here. It would have been nice to have one long piece, but don't have it. So this goes like that. This goes like that. And then this stone is going to wrap around. It's going to come around here and then wrap around there like that. So this whole corner is going to be wrapped with this stone all the way around. So this edge is going to be covered, and this is all going to be covered. In the back there, we're going to put a piece of this stone, not very high, all the way around. But that's the plan. So I'm going to get these on. That break on, hopefully. So this one here, I've already stoned to smooth off the edges. So these two edges will be, slightly smoothed off. I mean, it looks like I should hit a little bit more. Let's hit these a little bit more. So this is, actually, why don't we do this? Let's do this at the top and this at the bottom. So, see if I can. You got to be very careful. Because this will break in your hand very easily. It's better. That's the top. Put it in there. And let me smooth this one off too. So just to get that rough edge off it. Okay. Get them on. I can break it now. Yeah, a little bit too much, but the thing is, don't put enough. This is why. Get it off. Okay, no, that's all. And we'll put less thinset under there. It's to be expected. When you, if this was porcelain,
Yep.
it wouldn't have happened. Let's see. Yeah, I think we got it this time. Don't take it slow. I don't want to cut this one again. So, a little piece here. The problem is you put too much, you can't get it down, you put enough, and then you can't pull it, you don't put enough, you can't pull it off. Yeah, got it perfect the first time. Okay, so we got that piece on, and now we're gonna do this one over here. Okay, so the bottom row was already cemented on, so we cut this corner here, and we're gonna go across, and we're gonna wrap in this corner. So these pieces are very small, so we just did an L here to see if we can get, you know, just to hide that little spot a little bit. And then these pieces are coming up here, let me put this down, up until we get to the corner, are going to be it's going to be just this wide here, this width here. And the same on the other side, we cut the other pieces on the other side. So now we're gonna mix some thinset, get this roll on, and then deal with the next piece. So before you, that was a small piece, so I couldn't do it on that one, but before you notch it out, you want to fill in all the voids. Make sure you get flat on the back. And you fill all those. See how there's empty cavities there? If you just smashed it out, then that would not be filled. So now I got it all filled in. And notch it out. Push this on, some of this is going to squeeze out into that corner anyway. And that is that corner there. So this piece here is the drop off from this piece here. So you got matching pieces going on in the corner. Corner is never going to be perfect because all these stones are very never going to be perfect. Just trying to get as best I can. But it's never going to be perfect because these stones are all different planes. So okay, same process on this one here. I'm going to back cover it first. Fill in all the voids. If you wonder what thin set this is Ardex X77. Any modified motor would work here. It's just something I happen to have in the truck. So that's what I'm using. A little bit overkill for this application, but it'll be perfectly fine.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Get this one on. That one's new. Now, before I put this one on, I'm just going to test fit it. So I'm just going to test this, fit this, make sure it works. This piece here, the glue let go and I snapped it, but it's around the corner. We're going to piece it together and you're never going to see it. The whole motor is fine with that. Perfect. So let's get this one. So I'm gonna, this is gonna be the corner piece. So this is gonna be in the front, and then this is gonna wrap around. The reason that you wanna try and use the drop off is so that you have the same thickness tiles coming around the corner. Otherwise, it doesn't work very well. So I'm gonna cut this one on a diagonal this way, and then I'm gonna cut it on this way. You'll see in a second. So, let me get this guy. Don't put this on here, it tends to push it out of the way. Okay, let's go try it. Let's cut this here. We've got some play here. We've got like about 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna get as tight as I can, but I do have room for adjustment if I need it. You have to go this way. Look. Okay, let's cut this here. That's there. Cut this piece off here. Okay, so we got this one cut here, and we got this corner piece cut here. It came apart, but it's, you know, two whole pieces. This goes in like this. So we're gonna put this one on first, and then we're gonna go cut the other ones. So. Good as gold. Okay, so I got this corner up to here. It's going to be rough because it's just the way the stone is. And I got this corner over here, done up to here. Now I'm going to come up here. And then before I put the last piece here, we got some, going to put some large format marble up here and cut a few holes. This doesn't have to be too fancy because no one's ever going to see it. So let's keep going on this. So this was a bit of a challenge to cut this one here because there's practically nothing on the back. It's just like that, but we got it. So this goes like this, This goes like this, and that's basically going to complete that corner like that. So that actually worked out pretty good. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that's basically going to go like that. So don't break this. So. And now this part here. I give this as much help as I can. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I gotta drill this hole here, but this is very, probably not even gonna be able to drill this hole, it's probably gonna break, but we're gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna make a template so I can hold it still. So I'm just gonna drill this hole out of here first. Line it up exactly, see what we get, see if we're able to cut this out. I'm going very slow because I don't know if we're going to be able to cut it. I didn't think we were going to be able to cut that. Look at that. So let's go see if it fits. Gonna try. Whether I succeed or not is a different story. Because now I gotta push it in. Let's see if we can get rid of one piece. One piece. Ooh. I can't believe it went in one piece. Lined up. Good here. This one here goes like this. Very fiddly. Very time consuming. I think we're gonna call it done. Okay, so I have this corner cut. Which goes here. Like that. Got this little piece that goes down here. Just like that. Remember, these stones are all different thicknesses, so they're never gonna be on the same plane. See how they all vary in distance here. Then this one is gonna go like this. So let's put this on first. This one goes here like that. This one goes in here like this. That's that corner. And then we're putting this as a splash. But we want to cut off, it's got the same bevel. You know, because it's a threshold, so it's got a bevel. So we're going to cut this bevel off. So I'm going to rip this channel off here, and I got it clamped in here. Because these long, narrow pieces tend to want to move. So I'm going to see if I can get it done. But I'm just going to hold it down and see what happens. I think we got it. Nice and straight. Look at that. So now we just got to polish the top. I'm not going to do that right now. I just wanted to see how that would cut. So let's bring this upstairs. Okay, so this is our piece. This is our little backsplash. We're going to polish this top edge because it's rough. And so that's basically it. I think that's good. That's done. We're not putting this on right now. We're just concentrating on this area over here. Okay, so been working on this corner. This is very tedious corner. We got this all cut and on as we showed last time that we cut it. So this is cut. We cemented all this on. We came around this corner and we filled in all underneath there, and we cut all this here. There's gonna be a piece of stone on top of here, and this stack stone is gonna come up to the top edge. But we'll get to that. Now I'm working on this corner here. So these are all cut. This goes, so now I got a corner here and a corner here. So this goes like this. Like this. So this goes like this here. Wrap that corner there. Then we got this piece. Comes around here. And now we've got this whole completed. And that makes this, the rest of this all up here, the rest of this a lot easier to do because we only have this miter here, and these are going to be all straight cuts. So once we get this on, it's going to go a lot, I think it's going to go a lot quicker. So yeah, this was a very tedious corner to get this to work. So let's put it on. So I have this marked so I don't make a mistake, because it's just a tiny little sliver should cut off here. It's like maybe an 1/8 of an inch. So it's easy to put this on upside down. So I got that marked. So this is just supporting the towel so it doesn't slip down. So I got that corner all done. Gotta put that piece in. Put that piece in over there. We're all completely done underneath. Tomorrow we can take out this support, and this side is done. This corner is also done. I mean, this was a pretty tough corner to figure out, but we got it done. Okay, so we cut this here. It fell apart when I cut it, but where does this go? This goes like this. This goes. This one goes like this. This goes like this. And this goes like this. We lightly polish these edges here because we're going to show. And then the piece of marble that you on the bottom is going to go like that, so it's going to be up here like this. We can't get a perfectly straight edge here because it's just the nature of the stone, but we're going to get that as straight as we possibly can. So let's get these in. What's that? I think this is as good as we're gonna get. This part here. Get some more density in this one. think that's as good as we're gonna get. Okay, these little suction cups come in handy. Don't drop it down. To move things around. If I gotta pull it up. There's my. You never want to keep this on here too long because at some point it's going to let go, so you don't want to trust them that much. Now, what's going on? Oh, it fit before. I want to keep a straight line here, so I'm going to. I want to get as good as I can. I think that's the best we can do. That's these stones aren't straight, so it's impossible to get a straight line. I can push this individual one in a little bit, and I can push this one in a little bit. But I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Okay. That's it. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Took the brace off there, and of course we forgot one little piece over here, and I'll put that in now, and we're just gonna keep on going now. Go up, up, up. Okay, so we got a couple pieces of marble cut here. 1, 2. That's the right side that goes over here, and this is the left side that goes over here. I have it marked so that when I put it up, I'm not trying to figure out which way it goes. Then this marble is very thin, so when you handle it, it will break very easily. I actually broke one piece, but it's okay because we can use those 2 pieces for up above, so it's not a big deal. Can't make any more mistakes. So I'm going to back butter this here and give it like a little bit of a notch, and then I'm gonna back butter that and notch that as well because I have to come out flush with this here. So let's do that. I mix this fairly loose so that I don't have to struggle to push it in. So these ones here are all plumb. This is plumb, this is plumb, this is plumb, this is plumb. This side here goes out like this a little bit and goes out like this a little bit. So if I put this in plumb, I can plumb this out because I can butter it out this way, but I can't plumb this one out because I'd have to push the wall in. So the question is, do we plumb this and leave this unplumbed and then the side gets narrower, or do we just follow it? I talked to the homeowner, we decided that we're just gonna follow that so that it looks all the same size. And you won't really see it. So I think that's the best choice. Sometimes you have to make compromises because nothing is perfect. I didn't do this prep, so I couldn't address it when it was possible. So it is what it is. It's gonna look perfectly fine. It's gonna look beautiful. I'm not worried about it. See, this is a judgment call on how far to notch that because the way these screws are sticking out here. Like I said, I didn't do the prep. It kind of makes things a lot harder because I have to make it. I can't just trowel it and put it in. So I'm gonna go like this. Look at that. Not exactly the right depth. Okay, stretch it down a little bit. So I'm gonna put this little piece in here. So we don't know up above. We got another piece that's going to go up there where the light is. We got another piece of marble, but we don't know where we're going to fall with the stone. Because normally I would put that one in first, but because of the way it is, it's just not. It doesn't make sense because I don't know how big a piece we might have to throw that down a little bit to make it work. So we're just going to leave that out till we get up there and then see what we have. And then once we do this one, then we know how we can do that one. Okay. piece just broke off here. Okay, so as you saw when I put this piece in and pushed it in, a little corner broke out over here. So I cut that piece out. Instead of cutting a whole other piece, I cut that piece out. I got a matching stone from the one that broke. I mitered that. And now, so we're just going to replace that piece of stone. Instead of replacing the whole piece, we're replacing the stone. So I'm going to get this cemented on. You can do that with this because it doesn't have to be 1,000,000% because it's a ledger stone. It's a stacked stone. Nothing is exactly even. So let's get the cement back on here and see if we can break another one. These are a little bit bold. Get this in here. Push this together. Clean it up a little bit. And there we go, we saved that piece. I think that's good. Okay. I'm putting that first piece in the back. Okay, so we got this on. Now we're just gonna keep building. I think we're gonna go up a few pieces here. Then we'll come around to here just to see how this corner works out, how the back works out, and then we'll come around to here. I think this is actually gonna look pretty quick once we get started on that. Just to recap, this is all the bottom. We got the lights underneath. This is all nice and done. Time to come together. Okay, so we got this piece here. This is exactly even with the marble. Same here, exactly even with the marble. We're gonna clean that up a little bit. I came around this corner here, and that's the view from a little bit further away. So it's starting to come together. It's just a lot of cutting, a lot of fitting. we got this piece here, right? This piece go here. Now something, I think we're gonna cut these in first before we put this one in. When we put this on, we made it so it would land on a full tile. So this doesn't have to be pitched anyway because there's no water in here, so it's gonna be flat. So now we cut off one row off the bottom here, so that now when we put this one in, this is the top. It's a full row starting from the bottom, and this piece matches that piece, this piece matches that, this piece matches that, etc., etc., etc. Well, this is the full piece, but anyway, so I'm gonna get this one off. So this is Hardy backer board, but we put a coat of Hydroban on here because Hardy backer is very, very, very thirsty, and it just sucks the moisture right out of the thinset. Putting a coat of Hydroban allows the thinset to cure properly without the Hardy backer sucking the moisture right out of the thinset and weakening it. And it gives you time to work with it. If there was no Hydroban on there, you put this on, 5 minutes later you can't move it. So we got a nice flat line there, we got a nice flat line here. This is all nice and flat and even. Same over here. So we're just gonna, now we're gonna come around this corner and then we can keep building. We've got this one cut through here. And we'll cut this one, but let's finish this corner first. Okay, so moving along here. Just climbing to the ceiling. This is perfectly flush all the way along. We're going along. We got this corner done. It's, you know, there's a lot of cutting, there's a lot of fitting. There's no full pieces. There's not a single full piece in this row. Every piece has to be cut, but we're moving along. We just got this little backsplash on. It's just a marble threshold. I think it's like a 3-inch marble threshold, and we polished one side, the top, and then we cut off the bevel off the bottom. So now we're going to put, because there's a seam in the middle over here, like when we did this, when we did the marble over here, see how there's a seam there? We're going to match that seam in the middle because this is more than 4 feet, and we couldn't get a 4-foot bigger threshold, so we have to put a seam in the middle. Here corresponds with this seam that I showed you a second ago, so I'm just going to extend that so I can see it. Here. Cut that one. And go down and cut that. I'm just going to go in like that, and then I'm going to come back and cut this one. Okay, so I up here and up there. Then this is my matching. I'm going to cut this to here, mark it here. So I cut that, and then we'll put it on. I got both of these cut. This goes in here, like this. I'm not going to be able to put it in straight because there's a big fat bowl in the wall. If I put it in straight, the other one I was able to put it straight. I'm going to have a big gap over here, so I'm just going to put it tight to the wall so that you don't see a big gap. And it's gonna have to be. It has to be how it has to be. Anyway, so I back butted this one here. I'm just gonna stick it on here. No special. That way, no special requirements. It's just a decorative piece. All done. I'm going to put in a marble over here. On this piece here, we left a little bit of a hole. Instead of having a flush, we left a little bit of a overhang so that we could have a full piece over here. We didn't want to drop this down any more than what it was. And it just looks better if this is a full piece. So now I got to make this one here. I'm going to make a template. So I'm just going to transfer my lines to my holes. I'll transfer them over here. I got one there. Then I transfer this one over here. And then I am just going to take, if I can find my tape measure, in my hole here. It's exactly at 2 inches. I'm going to write that down there. And work it upside down. So I'm just going to trim this. So this is the template I made for the other side. I can still use this, but I'm going to turn it around. And this one is just slightly smaller. Slightly smaller. So I'm actually going to trim this a little hair. Trim this just a tiny little bit. I don't need this to be the exact size, I just need it. Then this is the front. And I need tape here. Piece of tape here. Let's see why in a second. And I'm going to use this as my straight edge to make a template. So that's the front. So I'm going to put this side here. I got this perfectly straight here. I'm going to put that exactly even with the board. Exactly even with the board. Push my tape in. And now that's not going to move. Now I'm going to transfer my marks. So I know this is 2 inches. I'm just going to write that there. So over here, you push up tight against wherever it is that you're going to template, and then you put a line. Same on the other side, tight, and then put a line on the other side. Then I took these measurements here for my hole. That's one. That's the other. So now I can take this down and okay, let's go cut a piece. Okay, so this is our piece. I think it's already cut, so because it was 7.5, already cut it. So this is how this goes. So it's very easy when you're working upside down to put it up the wrong way. So go like this. So that's how it goes. So look at it like that so you know that you got it in the right position. So, yeah. Put that even with this edge here because I know that edge has to be even. Tape it down. Tape it down. Now, remember how I drew this line? Now I'm going to put my edge, my straight edge on the line, then mark, so it's going to be right on this line here. Put it right on that line. And then I'll mark the other side. And do the same over here. I put it right on the line, then mark the other side. Now I only need 3 sides. Actually, I only need 2 sides for here, but I'm going to put 3. So this is for my hole. So I know I have to be square with that. And then I know I'm at 2 inches here. 2 inches here. Now that's from, so that's for my hole. It goes like that. So let's cut this. Line this up. Perfect fit. Let's get it on. This is not going to fall. That's up there, and it's not going to come down. But if you want to a little extra security, just put a wedge on one side, put a wedge on the other side, and that'll lock it into place. This piece goes right there, like that. So let's get this piece on. Drop it. And that is the 2 cubbies. Okay, so it's all done, all finished. It's a lot of work. In this whole fireplace, there's only 5 pieces that we put in full. Everything else had to be cut and fitted. Everything.